seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. A little technical difficulty there. This is our first time using Zoom, so we hope you'll bear with us. Ronnie, have you gotten a notification yet that we're live?
Not yet.
We're waiting for that ding, I would suppose.
Hey, Vic, have you gotten a notification that we're live yet?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
No.
Okay. Well, we're rolling, so
Not
Yeah.
the light that you were on, but
that's Ronnie's
Well.
wife, Vicky.
Yep.
She's our technical advisor today.
Oh, wait. No.
No, that's Sasha.
Sasha.
What does
No.
she say? We hear you.
Let's see.
Can you see us, though? That's the question.
Yeah.
Can you see us?
You are live.
All right.
We hear you.
Okay,
Huh?
good.
All right. Okay.
Well, all right. So this is our quarantine show. Ronnie and I do live on opposite, almost diametrically opposite parts of town. And for the last 2 weeks, we have not been on doing Mass on Sunday. And I got to tell you, man, we have really heard from you about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
People are not happy. Yeah.
No. But, really, Ronnie, what we were doing is what we were advised to do.
Sheltering in place.
Yep. And for those of you who don't, you know what? Before I get to that, Ronnie, we made light of this when it first came to be, and
Yep.
we thought, this is something that's just going to pass by. It's no big deal. Well,
gross.
it's proven otherwise.
I mean, it's yeah, and it's although it's still not as deadly as I mean here in the United States, we haven't lost I think maybe 2,000 people, which is I'm not trying to downplay that, but the flu has probably taken already I don't know 5 or 10 times that already this year. So and I don't think we're anywhere near the height of this coronavirus yet. So we could still lose a lot more, but I really think that we're headed in the right direction. So we'll see.
Well, they're worried about that bell curve.
Right.
And the sooner that we can reduce that, the better. So in any case, we don't want this to be a show about death or anything less, really, flu, whatever. We want to have fun with you because I think that's what people really want right now, Ronnie.
Well, I know that's and it has. It's been tough. It's been tough sleeping in on Sundays and not filming the show.
I know,
huh?
My phone's blowing up here. I'm sorry.
And I still don't have notification that we're live.
I don't either.
Vicky doesn't either. Well, maybe we can go to. Let me text.
All right,
Jason.
Well, in that case, I'll just keep talking. So today, what we're going to do is try to bring you some of the fun segments that we normally do on the program and chat with you and listen to what you have to say. You found it?
They said we're on.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I'm just not getting a link.
All right. Well, let's not worry about that. Let's concentrate on doing this.
Yep.
Okay. So today on the program, we have scheduled for you. Go to your channel, they say. Ronnie and I want to bring this up. Ronnie and I have noticed a real trend in who is watching our program. And I find it very, very interesting because the name might suggest that it is a show strictly for men, but what we found is in our research that women really do enjoy the show as well, to the point that, as you may be aware, we have white, gray, and black Men Are So Smart t-shirts. We also have a black Men Are So Smart hoodie. And we got an order this week from a friend of mine by the name of Jimmy Kelly and his wife Donna. They both went to our high school, El Camino High School. And she wanted to have a sweatshirt that was for ladies, which I think is really cool. So what we've done is we've come up with a gray T-shirt, and I don't have a picture to show you here, but I'm sure you can imagine this. It's a gray T-shirt with a pink logo, and it really looks slick.
I actually saw the little screenshot that Dustin sent me, and it looks nice.
Now,
looks real nice.
Dustin is Lou and Ronnie fan 500. He was our 500 subscriber, and we, together with him, have put together a fan gear for Men Are So Smart, and we can get just about anything you want. If there's something that you want to suggest, we can do that for you too as well with our logo on it. So we've noticed that there are couples who watch the show, and Sasha and Jason are two. There's a couple, Jim and Donna Kelly, and also Matt and Tisha McGrew. So
that's right.
I think it's getting to the point now where people love to sit down as a couple and watch the show and argue and agree or disagree with our opinions on stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. So we're thrilled. Once again, we want to mention that we are live this morning only through the efforts of Jason and Sasha. We were ready to go about 7:30, I think, as when I sat down in the garage here, Ron.
Yep.
And we've been ready to go since then. But again,
we didn't have all the right buttons clicked. And hey, let me check in with people who are here. Copper Dan was first in today.
Dan. Hey, buddy, I've gotten your emails, and I'm sorry if I've been neglectful in returning them. I apologize.
And then Sasha, and then Sledneck, and then Lure and Ronnie Fan 500.
Good.
Anon, Jason, Otis.
What are people saying, Ronnie? I don't care. It's not roll call.
Let's see. They say, we hear you, we see you. Okay. That's good.
Not sure which is better or worse.
Melanie Dodson.
That's Teresa's friend Mel.
Oh, okay. Well, I wonder if I was thinking might be related to Sean Dodson, but obviously not. Okay.
That's Teresa's best friend.
So that's somebody new.
Yeah.
And then let me see here. I think that's about.
Okay.
I think we're all caught up.
Oh, Vinny Stack.
Oh, and Vinny Stacks was here, but Vinny Stacks not here. Ken Blythe and Mel Drum.
Okay, well, good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this morning. We appreciate it. Let's go right into our mailbag, Ronnie. Are you ready for our first email of the day?
Yes, hit me with it.
Dear Lou and Ronnie, here it comes. Okay. Love your show. This quarantine, yeah, right. This quarantine crap is really messing with my booty calls.
I hate it when that happens.
It's hard to have sex from 6 feet away. Now, there's somebody that's really sticking to the quarantine right there.
I can appreciate that.
Any suggestions? That's from Mike in Iowa. Well, Mike, I think that sex certainly is against all we know to be true right now.
Well, unless you're quarantined at home with them. So if you're sharing the same quarantine area, then I think you got to go for it. You could get one of those long pickup sticks. Do a little something with that.
Yeah, maybe you could do with a selfie stick. You could take some video rather than setting up the tripod.
Yep.
Okay, so look, Ronnie's really got the key right there. If you're quarantined in the same house as your spouse or significant other, whoever that might be, then you're fine. Going out for one night stands is probably not the best thing to do when you're supposed to, shelter in place.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of which, man, these people that are not abiding by the law, really, really fry my ass. I got to tell you.
The problem is, I saw a little chart the county sends us all this COVID-19 emails every day. And they had drawn up a little chart that came from WHO, which is the World Health Organization. And it shows one person infecting 2 people, and then those 2 people go on, and it grows so quickly.
Like that shampoo commercial. And they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends.
It's the same premise. Yeah. So, I mean, I really, initially, Vicky and I, and not after the lockdown order, but previous to that, I was going to the gym. The gym was empty. We were going to Thunder Valley Casino. The casino was empty. We were going out to eat. The restaurants were empty. We were really taking advantage of it. And then once they came out with the lockdown order, or the shelter in place order, I should say, we're like, all right, let's take it up a notch. And we have been. We've been very good about it. But there are people that still, they're not really paying heed to it. And that's a shame. That could really kind of turn this whole thing into what's happening in New York right now, or what happened in Italy.
Well, as I understand it, in Italy, they've gotten to the point now where the banks have closed and people can't get money.
Yeah,
and looting is beginning to take place, and God forbid that ever happens in the United States, because the reserves are going to move right in, and we're going to experience martial law. Martial law takes precedence over law enforcement, doesn't it, Ron?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, they would probably tell us, well, I'm not sure. We'd probably still be working, but we would just be answering calls for service. We wouldn't be doing, the rounding up of people that are out and just walking around the streets. That would be the military doing that.
God, I hope it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I started growing this beard right around the time that we took the mandate from the president / the governor, who virtually has closed down the state. And I started growing this beard. And yesterday was the first time that Ronnie had seen me in about almost 3 weeks, I guess. And I got a lot of nice comments from you and from Sasha and from Jason.
I think the first words out of my mouth were, and today we're joined by David Letterman.
David Letterman. Yeah. He's got quite the beard going on. And then somebody mentioned I looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah. You were in full hobo mode.
Yeah. Well, yesterday when you saw me when we all did the conference call, I hadn't even showered, so you can imagine how bad that looked. And that's what I get. Some guys, they get, oh my gosh, have you seen his beard? He looks so handsome. Me, I get, oh my gosh, is he homeless? In any case,
yeah.
You know what? If you're on the live chat watching us on Sunday morning Mass, which is now Sunday afternoon Mass, would you like to see me shave the beard off right here? I'm not prepared. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I am. So, what do you think of the beard? Should I keep it or should it go? Should I stay or should I go?
Slednick says it's funny because he shaved his beard since he stayed at home.
Oh, really? Okay, just the opposite.
I guess you run out of things to do. Yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of running out of things to do, Ronnie, coming up in just a few minutes here, we're going to do our Sunday morning Mantasy picks. And the category today is the best way to spend your time quarantine. What are the best things you can do with all this time that you have on your hands? So we have some ideas, and we'll be drafting for that coming up in just a couple of minutes here. Any comments on the beard at this point, Ronnie?
So Copper Dan says keep it.
Keep it, he says. Okay.
Jason says if you get 50 live viewers, shave it off. Diet green.
Green.
That's from Otis.
Okay, Otis, thank you very much, buddy. Green is a great color.
Yep. Somebody was saying that there's going to be a lot of kids born
Yeah, in 9
you know,
months. Mm-hmm.
8 to 9 months from now.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I already have a name for them. We have millennials.
Right.
Well, these are going to be called coronials.
Coronials.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Master Joe says shave it.
Master Joe is watching today. That's awesome.
Yep,
Thank
he's
you,
here.
buddy. I appreciate that. We had a Master Joe and I are very close friends, and we had a very interesting thing take place yesterday that I'm not going to talk about, Ron.
Oh, weird.
Very weird thing.
Yeah, Jimmy Fast is here. I don't know if I called
Jimmy
him out
Slow-Mo?
initially.
Jimmy
Slow-Mo's here. Yep.
Okay. That name kind of stuck with him, didn't it?
It did.
Back from
that was our from our
parody
skit. Yeah, our parody that we did.
What was it called? I can't even remember now.
Hippie's Lips.
Hippie's Lips. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. And Jimmy Slow-Mo is our moderator.
Yes. And Sasha says those of us with kids will not be having more kids. That is true. Yeah.
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 And
nobody want more of that.
Hey, Ronnie, while speaking of kids, why don't you go ahead and make that major announcement?
So, September 16th, if everything goes right, we will be grandparents for the first time. Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah. My daughter gave us a heads up, I don't know, about a month ago now. And we've been trying to get in touch with everybody. She wanted to, not FaceTime people and tell them. She wanted to get in touch with them personally. And it was a little bit tougher under the lockdown. So
yeah, for sure.
She notified a few people, and I mistakenly posted it on a Facebook post, and I tagged her, and she had to untag herself.
Yeah,
but
I bet she did.
And her phone blew up just a little bit. But yeah, we're very excited.
Well, you had told me, and I swore that I would keep the secret. And then when I saw that Facebook post of yours, I thought, well, wait a minute.
Yep. Yeah, you'd think now it's good to go. And I thought it was too. I thought by then she had contacted everybody, but she still had a couple friends that she hadn't. So it was a little bit weird for a day or two.
But now it's okay to make that announcement, I trust, right? Okay.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you have so much to look forward to, Ronnie. On a serious note, you raise your kids from babies to the time they're adults, and then they go about doing their adult ways and things. And then your kids have kids, which is a great lesson for kids.
Yep.
But you get to experience a baby all over again and all the thrilling, exciting things that they go through. I've been so fortunate in that I've been able to watch my grandson grow up every single day of his life because they live here with us. And it's such a joy being a grandparent. You have so much to look forward to. I'm so happy for you and Vicky and for your daughter and her husband, of course. And what the heck was that? My time is up. I'm sorry. I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Well, I'll tell you from another perspective. So I don't know if you remember vividly when your first kid was born.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And one of the things that goes through your mind is, I don't make enough money for this.
Right.
And my son-in-law, they were up a couple weeks ago, and we went out to dinner when you still could. And that was one thing he was impressing upon me, that he's not sure that they're going to be able to make ends meet. I told him, you know what? You will. They make pretty good money. They live in San Francisco, which
That's the tough part right there.
Probably the second most expensive place to live in the world is the Bay Area. Yep. Second only maybe to New York. But I said, you know what? You will. You got a good, home base, and everybody's going to help you out. But yeah, you're going to have to buckle down, and you're going to have to kind of cut, some of your loose ends off, and make some adjustments to your bottom line. Yeah, you do what you got to do, and it all works out. I know, man, we struggled initially because daycare was so expensive. Vicky wanted to go right back to work, and which was great. It helped. But her paycheck was almost completely offset by the cost of daycare.
That's the catch-22 right there for all
Yep.
parents, you know.
Yep. And then as soon as they were old enough to go to school, we sent them to private school, which is not inexpensive either. So whole different set of problems. But you know what? Finally, your paycheck starts catching up with, what you need, and, shoot, becomes no problem at all.
Well, yeah. And that's what families are for, too, to help out. And that's what I'm sure you'll do as well. I'm sure they have nothing to worry about, honestly. Okay, so Ronnie, let's get to our draft for today. One of our most popular features. I can't get this headphone right. Before we do that, there's one other email I wanted to get to here, Ronnie. Dear Lou and Ronnie, men are so smart. Dumb coughs. Trump gave himself a 10 out of 10, so you are all fools. Your own words expose your lack of smarts over and over on this channel, and you'll never learn.
I just happened to see that email. I mean, I think we try to keep it pretty unpolitical here.
I'm not even sure what that means, Ronnie. Trump gave himself 10 out of 10. I mean, that could mean so many different things. But this person, you can't even put it in the right context. You don't understand. I mean, you got to be able to at least construct a sentence.
Well, and I think what he's talking about is during one of the press briefings that he was giving.
You mean his new TV show?
Yeah, his daily show.
Right.
He was doing a lot of patting himself on the back, which he's been known to do once or twice.
Maybe.
And he said that nobody's had these challenges before. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not to this extent. And he really was. He was very congratulatory of himself. But you know what? I think that what they've done, it's been pretty remarkable. He assembled a pretty good team, and I think the way they're dealing with it is about the best way you could possibly deal with it. So I'm not sure that, not sure exactly what the email letter writer was talking about for sure.
Cough.
Yeah. That's German, by the way, which I understand. That means dumbhead.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie. I never would have known.
Yeah, There's another one. My grandma used to say Scheisskopf.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Yeah, well, Scheitz, so Scheisse. Scheisse is basically shit. So if you take the two and put them together, Scheisskopf is not very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little worse than dumb cough.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ronnie, today on our Mantasy Draft, and of course, many of you watch the show consistently. You know how it works. We're going to ask you to vote for your favorite team of 3. It's a draft, just like they do in professional sports. We call it a snake draft, where the person who wins rock, paper, scissors gets to go first. But the person that goes second gets 2 picks. Just to clarify, they get the second pick in the first round and the first pick in the second round. So they'll get 2 picks, and then it'll go back and forth. But we only pick 3. And today, our topic is best ways to spend your time while quarantined. Okay? So we're going to ask you to vote for whichever one of us has the best team. I always try to caution people, don't think of it just as one. Think of the combination of all 3. Okay? Now, we do rock, paper, scissors to determine who is going to go first. When you go first, you can either go or you can defer and have your opponent go first. All right, so Ron, here we go. You ready?
Yep. Oh!
I knew it at 7 o'clock this morning that you were going to throw rock. I knew it. All right, I'm going to go first, Ron.
Okay,
our Mantasy Draft today is best way to spend your day while being quarantined. And I'm going to go right out of the box watching porn.
Damn, that was my first.
And I'm not deferring.
I'm all out. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, well, you're going to have to
That's
come
all
up
I've
with
been
something.
doing.
That's too much information, Ronnie. I didn't say I was doing that. I was just saying that's the best way. And not to mention the fact that I'm an essential employee, so not a lot has changed for me.
And you're working, yeah. So, okay, well, actually, I do have another one.
Okay, good.
Netflix.
Okay.
You can binge watch. You know what? If you didn't watch, actually, this was on. Well, it's the same thing as Netflix. I think it was on HBO on demand. I watched the entire series of Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
This was a while back, though. I'm all through it, but you could certainly binge watch the hell out of any show. So that's my number one.
All right. So I have picked masturbation.
and I have binge watch a show. Now my second one is either learn or practice a musical instrument.
Huh. Okay.
And I've been working, Fender has something they call Fender Play, and they're offering 3 months of it free right now. And they're guitar lessons online.
Huh.
And so I have been working, and I'm self-taught. So there's a lot of stuff that they're going over that's like, that doesn't really apply to me.
Mm-hmm.
I already play, but you know what? I've been watching them in line, and there's a series. I don't even know how many there are. I'm probably through about 30 lessons so far, and each one is only 2 to 5 minutes long, so they're pretty quick. But that's my number 2 is learn an instrument or practice an instrument.
Okay, so then Ronnie has picked his 2, and now 2 come my way. I'll have the second pick in the second round and the first pick in the third round. Here we go. I'm going to go with squeezing blackheads.
Oh, boy. That's a good pastime.
I really want to win this one this week, Ronnie.
There are YouTube videos, and like a lot of them dealing with that right there.
Old Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
There's a plug for her show right there. Don't watch her show, watch ours.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, my third pick will be drinking.
Yeah. That's hard.
I've got
hard
the
to argue with
trifecta,
that.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
I got the trifecta for a good Saturday night.
You could actually do all 3 of those at one time if you wanted.
It's too much multitasking right there for me. All right.
Okay.
So
and
you have one more
my
pick.
last one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I've done both of these, so I'm not sure which one I want to go with.
Okay.
I'm going to say do some yard work. I have noticed everybody in my neighborhood is out working in their yards. So I'm going to say yard work.
All right, yard work.
I did that yesterday. I did like 4 hours worth yesterday.
Holy cow, man.
My back is killing me.
I bet. My back is killing me, and that's why I'm not doing that. All right, so I have on my team, because now you need to vote.
Yeah.
You need to vote for the person you believe has the strongest team. Today, it's what you do with your time while you're quarantined. My number 1 was masturbation. Number 2 was squeezing blackheads. And number 3, drinking. Ronnie?
Okay. I had binge watching
Netflix.
Binge watching Netflix, learning or practicing an instrument, and then working in the yard.
Okay. Get your votes in right now.
Anon says you win in a landslide.
Okay.
Let's see. Copper Dan says I've ended up in YouTube hell. One video leads to another. Isn't that crazy?
It's a wormhole. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Lou and Ronnie fan gives it to Lou.
I know why.
Sasha gives it to me.
Oh.
Vicky gives it to me. Melanie Dodson gives it to you.
I forgot Melanie was watching. I'm sorry. That was an embarrassing answer. My first pick.
And then Copper Dan says you win hands down and then up. and then down. Yeah.
Ronnie, I don't suppose you have the trophy to hand me, do you?
Oh, dang. You know what? I don't.
Okay.
It'll have to be a virtual trophy. We could use this coin. Oh, it doesn't even show up there.
It is. Hey, is that some kind of magical coin?
This was my good luck coin. This was my angel coin that I carry in my uniform all the time. It's a guardian angel coin. There we go. That shows it.
Oh, that's cool right there.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. Lou Gallagher is your winner this week in Mantasy Draft. Best ways of spending your time while you're quarantined. So thank you for your votes. We appreciate that. Okay, so Ronnie, next up on our show, let's...
Who's lying?
You want to do Who's Lying? Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. Let's jump right into that.
And so I won Rochambeau. So which one of us is lying? I think I'm going to defer to you on this one, Ronnie. I'm going to let you tell your story first. Now, remember, to play this game, it's very simple. We're each going to tell you a story. And you decide which one of us is telling the truth, or the name of the game, which one of us is lying. Ronnie?
Okay. So I'm going to take everybody back here to July of 1979.
I remember it well.
I was a youngster. I had a good job just out of college. I had a really nice girlfriend that I met in college. And, in July, it's hot. It's hot in Sacramento. It's hotter than the hinges of hell.
107.
Oh, boy. And so we were going out to dinner. And so we went to a place in Rockland. It's called Cattleman's.
Love it. It's a great steakhouse.
And I'm not sure if Cattleman's a national chain or not.
I don't think they are. They have 2 locations. Okay. Yeah.
It's a steakhouse, and it's wonderful. It's probably the best steakhouse. Well, I mean,
great bar too. Oh man, what a great bar.
So as we are walking up the ramp to the front door, I look and I see 2 guys walking up the ramp at the same time, and I can tell we're going to get to the door about the same time. And I look at one of the guys and I realize it's Steve DeBerg. I'm not sure if anybody remembers Steve DeBerg.
From the 49ers?
He was the quarterback for the 49ers. Yeah. It was kind of a big deal because he was had come from the Cowboys, and we picked him up because John Brody had retired, and so we needed a quarterback. And right next to Steve DeBerg was a very young, skinny kid that I recognized from Notre Dame football because NBC showed Notre Dame football.
Right.
It was Joe Montana.
No way.
So we walk into Cattleman's, and my girlfriend Karen, her sister, was the hostess at Cattleman's. Steve DeBerg opened the door for us and let Karen and I walk in, and then him and Joe Montana walked in behind us. So we're standing there together, and the hostess knows Karen and I, and she looks at us, and we're just waiting for just a minute. And she goes, Ron and Karen, your table is ready. We got a table before Steve DeBerg and Joe Montana. Thank you very much. Yep.
I don't know if I can believe that.
Mm-hmm. There you have it.
You got your table before Joe Montana got a table?
Yeah, nobody knew Joe Montana in 79 unless you're a Notre Dame. And what's funny is that I don't know why, but NBC broadcast Notre Dame football games. We didn't get Cal here. We didn't get Stanford. We got Notre Dame football every week. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. But I knew who Joe Montana was because I'm such a huge 49er fan.
And may I just say, I believe that, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think Joe Montana was the greatest quarterback of all time. And I know some will say Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you can't downplay what Tom Brady's done, but I think Joe Montana was pretty damn special.
All right, so time for my story. What? Go ahead.
Anon is already saying Lou is lying.
Wait a minute. You don't know that. All right. Many years ago, my first job in radio was at a station called FM 102, and they had a program called The Morning Zoo, where I played it. In addition to being myself, I also played a lot of different characters. You've heard me do Rodney Dangerfield, and I did a host of many other voices. And so there's an event here in Sacramento. I think it still goes on. It may not. It's at Sacramento Raceway, which is a drag strip. And not that kind of drag. Race car drag. So every year, as part of the Fox Hunt Drags, they have a wet t-shirt contest. And so, being from a rather raunchy radio show, I was asked to come out and host it, do the contest. Well, looking forward to it, I might say. I hopped in the FM 102 Cash Corvette, which was this sleek, black, brand new Corvette that we had. And I drove it out to Sacramento Raceway, and there was a lot of traffic because the place was packed. But they saw the radio station car, and so they were kind of, ushering me in as quickly as they could through the traffic to get through. And I actually was able to drive up behind the stage. Now, here's the catch. This event, the Fox Hunt Drags, was sponsored by the classic rock station in town. I worked for the top 40 radio station in town, and they're not the same crowd.
No.
At all.
Far from it. Far from it.
So I pull up in this Corvette behind the stage. I get out, and I literally close the door, and they hand me a microphone. I'm not even on stage. They hand me a microphone. And so the next thing I hear is this, and now, ladies and gentlemen, from the FM 102 Morning Zoo, here's Captain Lou. And the boos started, Ronnie. And
I can only imagine.
And they weren't saying Lou. People were literally throwing things because I was from this FM 102 radio station, and they didn't really care for that station at all. So I walked up on stage where all the girls were in their dry T-shirts, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Captain Lou from the FM 102 Morning Zoo, here today to host the Fox Hunt Drags Wet T-Shirt Contest. Before I get started, let me just say this. In the unlikely event of a tie, we will have a taste test.
Did it come down to that?
No, it didn't. But I instantly had that audience in the palm of my hand right here. And It went great the rest of the way. And that's my story.
You flipped them.
I flipped an entire audience of probably 7,000 people.
Yeah. Well, and I should mention in my story, just to further set it up, July, you remember where the 49ers used to hold mini camp?
Rockland.
Sierra College. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is in Rockland. So I would imagine that if you went to Cattleman's, they stopped doing that, I don't know, about maybe 8 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that if you go out to dinner in Santa Clara, you'll see a lot of 49ers out and about also.
Sure. Yeah. There are people, they got to eat too. Now, which one of us is lying? Which one of us is telling the truth?
Slednick says you're lying, that there was a taste test.
I wasn't a part of
that. Copper Dan thinks I'm lying.
Okay.
Come on now.
I'm touching my nose. You know what that means.
Let's see. And then Vicky says KZAP was hardcore rockers.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Yeah. Yep. Jason thinks I'm lying.
Mm-hmm.
Otis thinks you're lying.
Okay.
Pretty believable. Let's see. Anon. I don't know. It's pretty split right now, I'd say.
Which one of us is lying? Which one of us is telling the truth?
Master Joe thinks you're telling the truth.
Okay. Master Joe knows me pretty well.
Yeah. It's still pretty split right down the middle.
Okay, well, in that case, Ronnie, I think it's time.
Yeah, I think we just got to... Oh, here go my dogs out the running out the back door.
If there's a way that black dog can bite me from there, he will.
All
I
right.
don't get along with that black dog at all.
Yeah.
I almost lost my junk to that black dog. I got a hole in my shorts because of that black dog. That's how close it was.
Damn, he bit right through my dress one day when he didn't recognize me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
yes.
Right. All right. So, will the person, the man from Men Are So Smart, who is telling the truth, please stand up?
Oh, there it is.
I am telling the truth.
Yep.
It was a rough crowd, I can tell you. But I knew I had to do something, Ronnie. I knew I had to do something immediately to win that crowd over, or it was going to be a long day.
Yeah.
You learn a lot in an illustrious radio career, and one of those things is when faced with that situation, you got to flip that audience somehow, some way, and you got to think quick.
Yep.
You got to think really quick.
Well,
so Ronnie, what happened with you and Joe Montana?
So I actually have to say that we went to training camp almost every year from, 75, probably 76, I think, until, I don't know, the early 80s. And when they started getting good, it was still really fun to watch them, training camp. And we went out to dinner a lot in Rockland looking for 49ers. But I think that they probably were not at the same type of restaurants that I was able to afford back then.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them go to Burger King. So
I was thinking Jim Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. So never ran into one.
Okay. How about we do, please just go away, and then we're going to leave you with a recipe. All right?
Okay.
First up, and please just go away. Why is it that you have to be silent when a professional golfer is hitting a golf ball or putting? Please, professional golfers, just go away, man. It's not like you're doing brain surgery.
I like it on Happy Gilmore where the guy was honking that big horn, that air horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't play golf in front of a crowd, then don't be out there.
Yeah. What, have they never done mini golfing before?
Yeah.
Come on. Pretty simple.
So
all right.
Please just go away, silence when professional golfers are hitting a ball. Next up. Oh, go ahead.
I would say that I'm kind of hoping for COVID-19 to just go away.
Mm-hmm.
However, I am enjoying the empty streets.
Yeah.
I had to drive into my mom's house the other day to check on it and water the plants and such. Oh my God. There were, in Sacramento, it's always crowded. The streets are always busy.
Mm-hmm.
I made it there pretty much unscathed. I'm going to miss that quite a bit.
Yeah. I just wonder when I see people that are still working and are non-essential, and I think, why are you what our time's up.
And I'll tell you what they have done. So I've been working a little bit at the dam, at the dam, and state parks had to close off their access. They closed off their parking lots and their bathrooms because they don't want people at the state parks.
Right.
And Vicky and I, we live pretty close to where there's some eagles nesting, and it's by a walking trail. About a week ago, we were out on the trail. I've never seen so many people on the trail in my whole life. It's like, okay,
that's not what's behind this.
And I understand that walking is one of the things you're allowed to do, but wow, it's really, there has to be some kind of you got to self-quarantine yourself a little bit better than that.
Tonight I'll be going to Lost Living Room
Well, be careful because I understand there's a checkpoint.
DUI checkpoint.
Yeah, between the kitchen and the hallway.
Okay, I'll look out for that.
Yeah.
All right, next up on Please Just Go Away Twerking.
Yeah.
If I see one more person bouncing their big bouncy ass up and down, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose it.
Well, you certainly don't want to watch any Jerry Springer then, because there's a lot of that going on Jerry Springer.
I don't think there's any worry of that, Ronnie. I don't think I'm going to be watching any Jerry Springer. And finally, I was wondering if we did this before, but I want to throw out one more thing because it came up this last week, horoscopes.
Okay.
Seriously. Horoscopes, who are those for? They are so vague. And I think what they do is they just rotate them month after month after month. So that, when yours says, be thoughtful and help others in May, somebody else in May gets be thoughtful and help others in June. And it's just silliness, people. There's no such thing as astrology. I'm telling you that right now. Please, horoscopes and astrology, just go away. Please.
The only thing I do believe in is a full moon. People absolutely go crazy. Our calls for service for the sheriff's department go sky high during a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's maybe just because people think that they should go crazy, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that they do go crazy. So, I don't know.
Well, that has a lot to do scientifically with the waters and the ebb and tide and that sort of thing. And that I guess I believe to some degree, but
yeah, there is definitely something to it. It's
full
true.
Moon is going to affect a Libra just as much as it's going to affect a Cancer. So
yes,
it's a bunch of crap. All right. So there you go. There's Please Just Go Away. And finally this afternoon, I thought what I would do, since we're still in quarantine mode, is bring you a recipe from Cooking with Lou Gallagher.
Ooh.
And today, I've talked about a lot of stuff. Potato salad, peanut butter and
fish
jelly
and
sandwich.
chips.
Fish and chips was a big one.
Yeah.
Today we're going to do the Lou Gallagher Quarantini. So you're probably saying to yourself, okay, what's a Quarantini? Well, I'm gonna demonstrate for you here today.
Okay.
First of all, going to start with this. Whoops, that's the wrong side. There we go. Benadryl.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to get one of these pills here, and I've got a martini glass right here, and I'm going to drop one in the bottom. There we go. Very good.
Yes.
Did you hear it hit the bottom?
Yes, that's a great sound effect.
Next up, so one Benadryl. Next up, what you want to do is take a spoonful of ground up vitamin C, which I have in this cup right here, and we're going to put that right into the drink. Okay. So there's...
Perfect.
That's not going to ring 10 times, is it? I hope not. Okay, so far we have Benadryl, vitamin C, and in this cup right here, I have Airborne. They come in capsule form, and what I've done is I've poured out the capsule into the cup here, and I'm going to get a little bit of that, about a teaspoon's worth right there. You can see it, and that goes in there too. Okay, and then finally, I recommend NyQuil.
Ooh.
But I couldn't find any in the house.
No.
So when that happens, there's really only one choice that I have, and that's tequila.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to pour the tequila into. Oh, that looks good, and look at that. It's kind of a purpley color.
Ooh.
You see that? All right. So let me stir that up.
Just a splash for color.
Yeah. Let me stir that up just a little bit. I like mine stirred, not shaken. Okay. And now what you want to do is take one of these every 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So there you go.
Benadryl to me Benadryl knocks me out, so I wouldn't be awake in 3 hours.
All right, so there is my recipe for a Quarantini, stirred, not shaken. And that's also one of those in the category of Mantasy Draft that I picked was drinking, something to do while you're being quarantined. All right, Ronnie.
Plenty of time for that.
I think that's just about all the time we have. That brings us to the conclusion of another grueling 1 hour workday.
Yeah. You know what? I would love to hear in the comments how people felt about the show, if they felt it was up to our normal quality.
Yeah, I'm not going to make excuses, but this is the first time that we've done this where we're not in the same room. So,
yeah, it was a little tougher.
Yeah, it was. Let us know on the live chat. We have a few minutes here. Anything you want to say? Ronnie's got view of it right now. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Mel Drum says more Roniak. I do have some Roniak stuff in the wings, so Roniak may make an appearance next week. It's very likely.
There you go. I don't know how we'll do that. I mean, I'd have to pass the envelopes to your screen.
I can possibly have Buster will carry anything that's given to him right up to me. So I have an assistant that can hand the envelopes to Buster, and he'll bring them to me. So
now I'm starting to worry about my job security.
You've been replaced by a black lab.
I knew it would happen one day. Just a matter of time. The black labs are taking over the country.
Kent Blythe says to ask your wife to check on you in about an hour.
Okay, I will.
You may have made a kind of a potent potion there.
Woo! I'm feeling it already, honestly. Don't try that at home, by the way. The tequila's fine.
Yeah, might be too many sedatives in there. I'm not sure.
I'll be good. All right. Did y'all enjoy the show today? I hope so. Once again, we'd like to thank Jason and Sasha for helping us even get to the YouTubes today, as they say.
Yeah, could not have been possible without them.
And they worked so hard too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I felt a little bad because we were really frustrating them for a good portion of the morning.
Yeah, about an hour, honestly.
Yeah. It's not how you want to start your morning, but we did.
Yep.
So, and big thanks to them.
All right. So before we get out of here, wanted to mention that we have our Men Are So Smart fan gear on sale. They're very easy to order and pay for through PayPal. Here comes some of there's a wider shade of male, men in black, and what do we have? Gray also. Sizes small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, and 3XL. The t-shirts are just $20. As you can see, we have free shipping in the USA. And the new hoodies are available. There's a black one with a black logo, I think it is. And also, we have one for the ladies, which is a gray sweatshirt with a pink logo. And once again, all those sizes are available, and those are $39.99, okay? So just under $40. If you'd like to purchase one, you can do it via PayPal. It's paypal.me/DustErica. Dust, as in Dustin, Dust Erica. And in the notes, you can say what size you want, what color you want, and what your address is, and we'll get them shipped out to you. As I mentioned, my buddy Jimmy Kelly bought 2 shirts and a hoodie for his wife. And, man, I've seen the demo, the markup for it. It looks awesome. So get yours today, okay? All right.
From the UK?
Ronnie's wife is in now.
From the UK.
Oh.
Phil
Vicky.
and Donna.
Oh, Vicky's saying that there are people from the UK watching the show.
No
Phil
way.
and Donna. Yeah. Wait.
Isn't that?
Are
you listening to the show?
Yeah, I think she might be.
Okay.
It's a little better than this one. I can't blame her.
Well, Phil and Donna, if you'd like to get a shirt or a hoodie, whatever, just get a hold of me and I'll set it up in such a way that you can get it to you, okay?
Jimmy Fast wants to know when the Vega shirts are coming out.
Well, Ronnie, you're on your own on that one. I got enough on my plate right now. So, okay. I hope you have a really great weekend. I'm sorry that we're all quarantined.
Yep.
Just wanted noticed that Ronnie and I are we're dealing with the quarantine ourselves, and
we're following protocols.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to shave my beard, by the way.
Not this week. Hopefully, I mean, I can't even imagine what it'll look like next week. Oh, there we go. No. Yep.
That's all I'm going to do for right now. Okay, well, I got to go back in the house. I found out that there's this woman that lives here. She says she's my wife. She's really not that bad. And she's a good cook. So I think.
All right. Off we go.
As I started the show, I will finish the show. I'm Lou Gallagher.
I'm Corvette Ronnie.
And we'll see you on the next episode of Men Are So Smart. Bye-bye, everybody.